tell us this little story about the freezer.
So it was really warm, and here on the East Coast, we've had highs and lows, great differences, and we keep our freezers at -20, between -10 and 20, and at -10 or 10. And the freezer temperatures started rising throughout the day. I was able to watch all day long. I knew what was going on, and I had the team just start putting out the temperatures on the utilities channel every hour. And I was checking it, and you get to a certain point. If you get above 13 degrees, getting back down under 10 it takes a long time to go back down. And I was able to, first off, tell the team, start getting it out of the one freezer, move it to the other freezer so we don't lose it. Leave the holds in there and leave the ingredients in there, but get the finished good out. I was able to get a hold of the maintenance manager, and he didn't know anything about it. And I said, check Weevex. So he's at home in Delaware, I'm at home in New Jersey, and they're all here, and we're getting all of the information. And we were able to pivot really quickly and not lose anything. But if we would have lost it, it would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars of finished good we would have lost.
That's amazing.
And in addition to losing the finished good, you then have to get rid of the finished good and pay to get rid of it, to dispose of it. So it saved us quite a bit of money, just that one event. So
How long do you think it took from, like, you said you were monitoring it,
mm-hmm.
and when you decided to take action, how long do you think it took when, by the time you
Oh.
guys found a resolution to it?
Well, the first resolution of them getting the freezer emptied, first of all, since we had Weevex and it was the middle of the night, I was able to just tell them on the radio from home. I didn't have to try and call and have no one answering the phone in the shipping office. I was able to tell them right away, just start moving it. I don't care what else you're doing, stop what you're doing and move it. And probably within a half hour, 45 minutes, there was another maintenance manager here helping them solve the problem and get to the root cause of the issue. So we had a really quick response time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And as a manager, sometimes, like the maintenance team or the utility team may not listen to their other teammates, but if a manager starts chiming in the middle of the night, there's usually a little bit of a quicker response. I think now that they've figured out that we can chime in the middle of the night and we're not going to wait till the morning to have some major event had happened, it has helped too. There's probably been quite a few things like that where we've been able to chime in the middle of the night and just say, stop what you're doing, shut the line down, throw it all away, and not end up with a bunch of stuff on hold.
Probably got a peace of mind now, in a way.
Yeah, I do. Because there's sometimes when you forget to turn it off and you start hearing things and you're like, what is going on? So, definitely. It has made our internal communication much easier.
For
I
those
think.
nights that hopefully you're not getting woken up by pings, do you still check it in the morning?
Yep.
Just to kind of see what was going on the night before.
I usually check it. I check it and if you have a new supervisor or a new person, you're like, oh, is everybody doing okay? Because you don't want them to think that you don't trust what they're doing, but you need to make sure that they're okay. And then I do first thing in the morning. I check my text messages, and then I check the maintenance. I check the warehouse channel and then the maintenance channel, because usually that's it's between one of the two.
I got you.
So
Okay.
yeah.
If you guys had to get rid of Weevex tomorrow, what kind of gaps would you have to fill from what you guys have been currently doing now, using the system? Could you fill the gaps, do you think?
I don't think we could fill the gaps I think it would give us gaps that so many of us are used to not having anymore. Started with those gaps, not being able to get a hold of people. If they're actively working, there's no one sitting by a phone. That's the biggest thing. The supervisors are the only ones that have cell phones. Employees don't have cell phones. And that's the biggest thing. If there's something, the emergency response too. If somebody gets hurt, that is a big gap that thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't had to use, but I see the difference in, you see right away, oh, so somebody slipped and fell, so we can respond right away to that. So in a case of a real big emergency, that would be a big gap, because it takes a while. It's a big building.
Yep.
You got to find a supervisor. Even if they have a radio, if they happen to be on break and they didn't take their black radio with them, you couldn't get a hold of them, so they always have their phones.
Yeah.
So you're always able to get a hold of them.
Now,
So.
yeah, being at this place as big as it is, it'd be very easy to be just in an area where you're all on your own and it's so loud. You take a
We actually did, before we had Weavex, we had that happen. We had a forklift driver trip and fall when he was doing something, and he sliced his arm open. But he was between two rows of corrugate, and he got up and he was all dizzy and everything, and went over to the computer, and he sent a quick email. Thankfully, first shift, I have a clerk who saw the email, and she called me on the phone. She's like, Rick just fell. He's in the back. I was like, oh my God. So it definitely has helped. That's the biggest thing for us. If we'd have had Weavex then, it would, he wouldn't have sat back there by himself for like 10 or 15 minutes bleeding.
Yeah.
So he was fine, but.
It sounds from your experience between, the management side and even the safety side, it sounds like it does bringing you a little bit more peace with how the operations are running.
Yeah.
The safety involved.
It helps with investigations, because you can see if somebody says, no, we didn't know anything about that till 8 p.m. and you can go, well, I saw it at 4:30, so what happened in between the two times? So I don't know that the employees love it as much. They don't like the idea that we can see everything they're talking about on the radios. They sometimes, I don't want to say try to sneak things past us, but I think it's growing on them because they know it's not going away. Mm-hmm. We're not getting rid of it. Whatever it can do for us, we'll take all the help we can get. Mm-hmm. It's a big building, and it's a big building, and it's not growing in footprint, but we're growing in size as far as lines. Mm-hmm. And something happens on that other end of the building, we'll know right away. So, because most of us aren't on that end of the building most of the time. So, and for me, I have like 230,000 square feet to cover that I own or my team owns. So I can, I at least, where are you? What happened? Where'd you find it? Send me a picture. That's the bigger thing too, because send me a picture. Let me know what happened. Do I need to rush, or are we just